Welcome to the IBJJF Absolute Grand Prix press conference. These matches go down tomorrow night on Flow Grappling, and the event is brought to you exclusively by Black Armor Kimonos. So first question for Cyborg. Brackets dropped yesterday. You got Ciccone first round. How do you feel about your opponent?
First of all, I want to thank IBJJF for the great opportunity that we're having, like making Jiu-Jitsu every time more professional. I've been doing this for almost 2 decades as a black belt, and it's so cool to be still, coming here and competing against among the best in the world and seeing Jiu-Jitsu evolve the way it's been. Ciccone is a great competitor and has been showing time to time, how great and talented he is, you know what I mean? And he's a great friend. I love this kid, and it's gonna be amazing, we have aggressive games. We both like to stand, we like both to bang, but we're gonna come in agreement, so no strength tomorrow, only technique, and let's see how that goes.
Same question for Ciccone. How do you feel about Cyborg as your first round opponent?
Como se sente do Cyborg como seu oponente? O que acha dele?
Para mim é um grande privilégio, primeiro de tudo, agradecer a IBJJF por estar nesse evento, né? Eu já torci muito pelo meu tio aí vendo ele na televisão lutando esse evento, e hoje eu estou aqui representando a família. Me sinto muito privilegiado, primeiramente, em estar nesse evento e em estar lutando com o Cyborg também, porque sempre fui um grande fã do jogo dele, principalmente em relação a algumas lutas aí que eu vi dele no ADCC. Então, posso te dizer que ele é um dos caras que faz parte aí, depois do meu tio, de eu gostar desse jogo de quedas, desse jogo sem kimono principalmente. Então, me sinto muito honrado.
So I'd like to thank the IBJJF for having me at this great event, and it's a great honor for me to compete against Cyborg. I look up to him very much, and it's also amazing for me to be here since my uncle was been training and competing, and now it's my turn to be here. So, regarding Cyborg, his game is really amazing, like really forward game, and especially gi, no gi, and watching him at the ADCC was amazing, and now we're here competing together in the gi, so I'm very happy to be here.
Cyborg, I want to talk about your 2022 season. You won the PANS this year. You had that great final with Gutenberg. Can you talk about what it meant for you to win a PANS title in the gi this year?
I think it's just great just to continue to be here, People have tried to retire me for almost a decade already, and I insist on still being here and competing against the kids, and it was super cool to be able to compete. Truly, I wasn't going to compete, but I was driving the car with Roosevelt, and he was like, "Master, why don't you compete?" It's like, "Man, I haven't been even trained on the gi." It's like, "No, let's go, and it's gonna be an honor to fight with you, on the same bracket as you, and I love challenges, I challenged myself into being there. It was an event full of great talents, and I got to come out with the gold, So again, I love training. I never train to compete. I train just to survive these monsters I have in my gym, And whenever the competition comes up, I'm always ready. I always say that, us as competitors, we always have to be ready. We don't train only for competition, but we train for life. You know what I mean? So I try always to be ready for whatever challenge it is. Like this time I got invited to come to GP, and it's going to be a great honor to be here. And, try to move forward this 2022 season and try to score one more.
Enrique, you've had a great 2022 season as well. You just won the Pan No Gi Open class. How's it feel to be back in the gi at the Absolute GP?
Henrique, você teve ano excelente no competir Jiu-Jitsu, ganhou vários títulos importantes este ano. Qual é a sensação de estar a voltar a competir de kimono?
Então, eu sempre mantenho meus treinos assim bem equilibrados. Eu treino sempre com kimono e sem kimono. Então, lógico, quando a IBJJF me convidou para participar desse GP, eu aumentei os meus treinos de kimono, então não é nada novo, né? É algo que eu fiz a minha vida toda e estou realizando aí aquilo que um dia era um sonho.
So I always train very balanced as a competitor. I train no gi, I train gi the same, And when I found out about this invitation from the IBJJF to come to the GP, of course, I increased my gi training, but it's nothing new for me. I'm always training very balanced, and I'm ready for this event.
And this next question is for both of you. Who do you think advances to the final on the other side of the bracket? On the other side, we have Gutenberg, Francisco Lowe, Hidder Zuki, Gabriel Oliveira.
I believe that like everybody has a chance. This stacked bracket. Like there's a lot of good talents there. But on the other side of the bracket, I believe that Gutenberg would pass. Let's see. But again, like Hidder has a great game as well. You know what I mean? There's just so much talent, man. It's really hard to predict whenever you put everybody on a scenario like this. Doesn't matter who comes, it's gonna be battle.
Same question for Ciccone.
Então, muito difícil. No outro lado tem 4 atletas muito bem preparados, né? Então, nesse momento eu estou preocupado com a minha luta. Estou fazendo a estratégia aí para os meus 10 minutos, né? Então, acho que o interessante eu me preparei para todo mundo. É isso, né? Então, seja o que for, a gente está aí preparado.
So really hard to say who's going to advance from the other side. You have 4 really incredibly talented and prepared athletes. I'm just focused on my 10 minutes and what I have to do, and I'm ready for whoever advances.
Last question for Cyborg. We got a really amazing super fight tomorrow night as well. We got Roosevelt taking on Jonta Alves. I want to get your thoughts on that match.
That's gonna be a cool one, right? This like back in the days Pride, where they used to make it really for the show, like where you get guys with different styles, different sizes, and I believe that Jiu-Jitsu is made of that, right? Jiu-Jitsu is made of those color challenges. We have that on the absolutes, and we know that Jonathan is like a very talented athlete, like super good, as Roosevelt is, like man, I can say that man, I suffer with this guy every single day of my life, and again, this is gonna be an amazing fight. It's gonna be an amazing fight. It's super cool to see IBJJF doing those kind of fights as well, which you're gonna promote people to come and watch. And again, it's gonna be fireworks. Of course, Ruz is my boy. Of course, I want him to win. Of course, I want him to put on a show. But I know for a fact that this is gonna be an amazing fight, and for sure the public is gonna win watching that.
Thank you, guys. Good luck tomorrow night.
You got it.
Thank you, brother.
This is our second match of the Absolute GP bracket. We have Kainan Duarte on my right, taking on Elder Cruz on my left. Kainan, the brackets dropped yesterday. You got Elder first round. How do you feel about Elder as your first round opponent?
First of all, I want to say thank you for IBJJF for having me here. I remember that I used to be a brown belt, watch all the big names, and now I made it into here, the JP. I fought against El Monstro in the DCC, was no gi, but I feel that in the gi will be a little more in my favor because I feel that I have more experience than him. But I cannot sleep on him, I have to be aware, but it will be a good match. Let's see.
And Elder, you're facing Kainan first match. He's 2-time world champion. How do you feel about Kainan as an opponent? No, you can just talk into it.
First, I'd like to say thank you, God. Thank you, IBJJF, for the opportunity. It means a lot. This match, honestly, I wasn't really surprised because I'm probably the last seed in the tournament, so I figured that I would get Kainan Duarte, But I'm really excited because Kainan's supposed to be the top of the pinnacle of the gi game, so I want to prove to myself that I'm going to be world champion next year, and yeah, that's how I feel.
Kainan, you're facing Elder like we talked about, and Elder's a new black belt. Is it exciting for you to face an up-and-comer who's hungry to win this GP?
For me, it doesn't matter really because I want to win the tournament. But also I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling very strong. I'm feeling sharp and just excited to be here to compete against everyone. But we have a lot of good guys, but all my focus is every single match. My goal tomorrow is beat El Monstro and then after whoever come next.
And now, Master, what's it mean to you to take on an opponent of Kainen's caliber who's won 2 world titles, is expected to do well in this bracket? Is it exciting for you to face someone of that caliber?
Yeah, of course, because he says he has an advantage, you know what I mean? But I feel like, my gi wrestling is a lot better than my no-gi wrestling. So I hope he pulls guard, because if not, you know what I mean? I might just, take him down and then just stall. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to stall. I'm just going to put the pressure on him, you know what I mean, and do my thing.
And who do you guys think advances to the final on the other side of the bracket? We have Gutenberg, Francisco Lowe, Heater, and Gabriel Oliveira.
It's a little hard to predict because it's a fight. Everything can happen. But I would say between Heater or Gutenberg.
Same question for you, Elder.
I'm going to go for the underdog, so I'm going to go with Francisco Lowe, you know what I mean? He's a sniper. I think he could, don't sleep on him, you know what I mean? I'm a sleeper on this side, so I'm going to go with Francisco Lowe for the other side.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
For our third match of the night, we have Heater Zuki taking on Gabriel Oliveira. Heater, first question's for you. How do you feel about Gabriel as an opponent?
Heater, como é que se sente tendo o Gabriel como oponente nesse GP?
Então, já lutei algumas vezes com o Gabriel, né? Duro demais. Então, é difícil, né? Primeira luta, fico mais nervoso, assim, de saber que é um cara duro, forte desse jeito aí. Espero que dê tudo certo amanhã.
So I fought Gabriel before many times. He's a really tough opponent. And since it's the first fight, I'm kind of nervous. But I'm excited, and I hope everything works out well for me tomorrow.
Same question for you, Gabriel. How do you feel about Heater as your first round opponent?
Gabriel, como é que se sente tendo o Heater como oponente na primeira luta?
Primeiramente, agradecer a toda a organização pelo convite. Me sinto muito feliz de estar participando desse evento. Para mim é uma luta que eu já gostaria de ter feito outras vezes também. É uma luta que eu acredito que vai ser muito boa, até pelo momento do meu adversário também, que também está vindo de bons resultados. Então, me sinto motivado para essa luta.
First, I'd like to thank the IBJJF for having me at this event. It's a great first match for me, especially the readers coming from a lot of good results this year, and I'm very excited for the match, and I can't wait for it.
Gabriel mentioned your results, Heater. You won Brazilian Nationals this year. You've had a lot of success at tournaments in Brazil. Do you feel like you're carrying a lot of momentum going into this event?
A Heater tem tido ano muito bom, excelente no circuito de Jiu-Jitsu. Você acha que o momento que está passando no Jiu-Jitsu esse ano que vai lhe dar bom resultado amanhã no GP?
Eu acredito que eu sempre treinei igual, né? Coincidiu desse ano eu ir bem, mas cada dia é um dia, né? Só amanhã eu vou saber, né? Não tem como eu falar que amanhã eu vou bem porque eu ganhei outros campeonatos, né? Amanhã eu vou saber qual que é. Espero que eu ganhe, né? Se tudo der certo, vai ser bom.
So I'm having a good year, but it doesn't matter for tomorrow. Every championship and every match is different. So there's no way of me saying that, because I have momentum coming from good results this year, that I'm going to have a good match tomorrow. But I'm trained for it, and I'm ready for the match.
Gabriel, I want to ask you about your 2022 season as well. You've won a lot of open tournaments in Brazil. You've won your weight. You've won the open class. How have you been feeling this year competing?
Gabriel, esse ano ganhou muitos eventos no Jiu-Jitsu, no seu peso e no absoluto. Como é que se está sentindo vindo desse ano no Jiu-Jitsu para o GP amanhã?
Então, esse ano eu me propus a lutar bastante eventos para pegar bastante experiência e um ritmo de luta. Então, como eu estou vindo de uma sequência muito grande de eventos, eu estou me sentindo num ritmo muito bom para estar fazendo essa luta aí.
So I've trained a lot and I've competed a lot this year. I really made that my goal to compete in a lot of opens and in my weight division and open class. And I feel like I'm in a good moment right now, and I feel like I'm very ready for the event tomorrow.
And on the other side of the bracket, we have Kainin Duarte, Elder Cruz, Cyborg, and Enrique Ciccone. Who do you think makes the final from the other side of the bracket?
Do outro lado da chave tem o Kainen, o Elder, o Cyborg e o Ciccone. Quem é que acha que avança na chave?
Então, Eu acho que vai ser alguém que sair do Kainan e do Cyborg. Né? Qualquer um dos dois ali, eu acho. Mas pode vir qualquer um, né?
I think it's Cyborg or Kainan, but it can be anyone. I'm ready for anyone.
Same question for you, Gabriel. Who advances to the final on the other side of the bracket?
Quem é que avança da chave do outro lado?
Eu não tenho como dar esse palpite porque eu não consigo acompanhar o trabalho de todos e mesmo que eu conseguisse, né, são lutas, então não tenho um palpite.
I really can't say who advances tomorrow. They're all great athletes, and every match is a different match. So I don't know, but I'm ready for anybody.
Thank you, guys. Good luck tomorrow night.
Obrigado.
Thank you, Randy. This is our fourth match of the night. We have Gutenberg Pereira taking on Francisco Lowe. First of all, Gutenberg, just want to get your thoughts on Francisco as an opponent.
Let me see. I have been watching him. He made like a little buzz in Brazil in the collar belts, and I really like his style, and I feel he's always going to the submissions, stuff like this. He's a tough kid.
And same question for you, Francisco. How do you feel about your first round matchup against Gutenberg?
Francisco, o que acha da sua primeira luta com o Gutenberg? O que acha do seu oponente?
Eu acho que é um grande desafio, né? Tipo, durante toda a minha vida, eu sempre tive grande desafio, tipo, meu mesmo pessoal. E não está sendo diferente no jiu-jitsu. Sempre enfrentei diversos atletas, tipo, no Brasil já alguns conhecidos, na minha faixa colorida. E eu gosto de me desafiar, eu gosto de lutar com as pessoas que já são conhecidas, tipo, aqui no cenário do jiu-jitsu, onde eu posso mostrar um pouco do meu trabalho. Já venho trabalhando, eu treino jiu-jitsu há 12 anos, me dedicando a esse esporte. Então, estou bem animado para isso.
So I'm very excited for my match against Gutenberg. It's just another challenge that I have in my life, like I have in jiu-jitsu and in my personal life. I like to challenge myself, and I fought a lot of known athletes in the lower belts and some unknown athletes, but it's just another challenge for me, and I'm very excited tomorrow.
Gutenberg, you've talked a lot about the importance of moving back to Brazil, pursuing that full-time athlete lifestyle. Can you talk a little bit more about that and why that's been so important for your career?
So back in the day when I lived in the United States, I lived here for around like 6 years, and it was very hard because I have to, shift my focus between work, between take care of the gym and be an athlete, and take care of another athletes that live with me, and it was a hard time. So now when I moved back to Brazil, I could just focus on me and just pursue that dream to be an athlete again and just train, and the results are just speaking for itself. And I have been, since I got back, I have been getting way more good results than before.
Francisco, I want to talk about your style a little bit. You're known for always going for the submission, always being an exciting competitor. Can you talk a little bit about how you develop that style of always hunting for the submission?
Francisco, quer falar um pouco sobre o seu estilo de jiu-jitsu? O seu estilo é muito agressivo, sempre buscando a finalização. Pode explicar um pouco como é que desenvolveu esse estilo de jiu-jitsu?
Eu acho que é um pouco engraçado, porque na minha primeira academia, quando eu era pequeno, tipo, sempre tem esse desafio de criança, né? Tipo, meus amigos, tipo, a gente se desafiava, assim, tipo, de querer meio que bater um no outro. Então, tipo, eu sempre fui o que sempre apanhava, né? Tipo, eu sempre ficava triste, voltava chorando pra casa. Eu falava, eu tenho que dar um jeito de não apanhar. Então, acho que até minha faixa verde, um pouquinho da faixa azul, eu sempre apanhei, tipo, eu tive que dar um jeito de mudar. Então, eu continuei treinando. Eu falei, velho, tipo, vou ter que mudar isso. E foi a que saiu. Eu fui ficando mais agressivo, ficando mais com ódio no coração, e foi isso que aconteceu.
So ever since I was a young boy, when I started training jiu-jitsu, it was like kind of a game between me and my friends. We always would train, and I would be the one that would always suffer, So I think when I got my green belt, and I think just before my blue belt, I started to develop this game. I was kind of tired of going home crying all the time after training with my friends. So that's when I started to develop this more aggressive style and hunt for the submission always. And that's the style that I like the most now.
Awesome. On the other side of the bracket, we got Kainan Duarte, Elder Cruz, Cyborg, and Saccone. Who do you think advances on that side of the bracket?
really don't want to say like who's gonna advance. It's very hard to, say this in a fight. It's always like 50-50. But obviously, Kainan and Cyborg is like have the more experience in that side. But I wouldn't say like who's gonna advance. But I'm excited to watch that too, especially Cyborg and Enrique, because it has like similar styles. It's gonna be a good takedown game stuff. But I don't like to say like who's gonna advance. But definitely Kainan and Cyborg has the more experience.
Same question for you, Francisco. Do you have a pick for who advances, or is there anyone in particular on the other side of the bracket that you're excited to watch?
Francisco, tem do outro lado da chave tem o Kainan, o Helder Cruz, o Cyborg, o Cecconi. Quem é que acha que avança, ou se tem algum lutador que você que quer ver?
Eu acho que todo mundo tá treinando pra vencer, né? Tipo, não tem como eu falar que um vai ganhar, que o outro vai perder. Tipo, acho que todo mundo aqui quer ganhar, todo mundo tá com a mesma vontade. Kainan eu acompanho desde quando eu era molequinho, então passou pela mesma academia que eu já. Vários competidores, né? Eu acompanho aqui, sempre acompanhei. Então, tipo, eu acho que assim, é difícil falar, entendeu? Acho que é isso.
So there's a lot of really talented athletes on the other side of the bracket. Kainan, I've been watching since I was a little boy. We even went through the same academy at one point together. So I think everybody has an equal chance of moving on, and it'll be a great day tomorrow.
Great. Thank you, guys. Good luck tomorrow. This is our first super fight of the night. We got Eduardo Dudu on my left, Zach Kainan on my right. Eduardo, you guys have fought 3 times already this year. How do you feel about Zach as an opponent, and what do you think are his strengths that he brings to the table?
Zach is a really tough guy. We've been, like just you say, we've been fought 3 times already, but it's always a tough match. But so tomorrow will be fun. Will be a battle. You guys can expect everything from me, from my side. I came to win. I came to show my jiu-jitsu, and I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy that IBJJF give us a chance. We are a brown belts. The whole card is on black belts, big names, and that's show. Then we have a good jiu-jitsu. We can show our stuff, so we came for it tomorrow.
And Zach, what do you think are the strengths of Eduardo's game?
Me and Eduardo, we fight very similar. We're very aggressive, both of us, and I can guarantee that it's gonna be a good fight. You know, when both of us step on the mat, it's never a boring fight. So it'll be a good fight for you guys to watch.
And you guys both come from great teams. Eduardo, you train with Checkmat. How important is it for you to train at a gym with such high-level coaches and competitors? How is that important for your career?
I'm feeling blessed because of that. It's like all big names, all like for professors, for my teammates. You know, I got beat up all day. You know, Matheus Gabriel, El Monstro, Matias, Matheus Luna, Jonathan Jensen. So it's all big names, professor and coach. So I feel blessed to be with them, and let's show what I learned from them tomorrow.
Zach, you have a lot of big names training with you and teaching you at AOJ. Can you talk about the importance of having such excellent competitors at your gym?
Yeah, I mean, every day I go to training, you know, it's a war. So, you know, showing up to competitions, super fights, it's like nothing new. You know, 1 8-minute match is not much compared to, you know, the stuff that we go through in the morning. So I'm excited. You know, I'm prepared, and I'm happy with the training and the stuff we've been doing.
Any predictions for the Absolute GP? We'll start with you, Eduardo.
I go for my teammate, El Monstro. He's going to show his case. He's going to show his jiu-jitsu. He's a really good guy. He's a really good wrestler. So you guys be careful with him on top. He can take you down easy. And let's go. I'm going for him.
How about you, Zach?
They're all good. No specific name that I want to win, but it's gonna be good to watch.
Thank you, guys. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
This is our second super fight of the night. We have Jonatas Gracie on my left, taking on Sergio Rios on my right. First question for Jonatas: how do you feel about Sergio's jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu style?
Yes.
Sergio?
Yep.
Is, I don't know, always surprised. Like, I know him, like, he's compete like a lot of master tournaments, like 2 years ago, 1 year ago. and like he's always look for finish the fight. This is good match. I like see his fight. Yeah, Sergio style is like always for finish.
And Sergio, a question for you. How do you feel about Jonas' Jiu-Jitsu? He's a 2020 European champion. He's had great results in the adult division. How do you feel about his Jiu-Jitsu?
Oh, he's definitely a great competitor. I always follow, I always see him in the tournaments, competing and winning. So I know he has a really strong jiu-jitsu, good jiu-jitsu. So I guess it'll be a good fight. So I'm excited.
Jonas, you touched on Sergio's submission-oriented style. Is it exciting for you to fight someone who's always going forward and attacking the submission?
Wow. So I think he's like his strategy like sometimes he's accept same positions for try to finish you. Of course, I'm gonna say smart, right? But I try don't gonna respect because I try put my game too. Yeah, like I look for finishing him too because I'm gonna win. I try win, right? And yeah, so I student is like 2 weeks ago for his game. I know he's have a nice clock chokes and had nice back defense. Probably like it's good like challenge for me to try to take his back. Right? Let's try.
And Sergio, you compete a lot in the Masters divisions. You won Master Worlds this year, but you're always challenging yourself at adult too. Why is it important for you to challenge yourself in both divisions?
Man, because that's what I do. I love jiu-jitsu. I've been training jiu-jitsu for 17, 18 years, and I just love compete. I've been competing since I was white belt. And yes, I've been doing a lot of masters, but also I like to do like 10 minutes in the adult division. So try to keep the high level, try to keep the consistent. So and try to be ready, always ready.
Any predictions or anyone you're excited to watch in the Absolute GP?
It's Kainan. Yeah, it's my friend is like don't only like just for my teammate, but it's like he's a good example athlete. Understand? He's training really well. He's know the time for everything. Like he's a good example. Like not just inside the mat for training, but outside. What need to do for like you keep like progress. Understand the consistency. Like I hope like Kainan make like, a good show for everybody. Yeah.
Same question for you, Sergio.
Well, it's hard to say. But yeah, I'm just excited to see all those monsters fighting. So many good names, all like great fighters. So I think it'll be fun to watch.
Thank you, guys. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
For our third super fight of the night tomorrow, we have Andy Murasaki on my left taking on Mateus Rodriguez on my right. You guys fought at Blue and Purple. You've had some matches against each other. Andy, what do you remember about your matches against Mateus at Blue and Purple belt?
Yeah, I remember we fought twice when we were juvenile blue belts, right? Probably in 2016, 17, I think. I was able to win one the gi, and then we fought the second time in Nogi Worlds. He was able to win. And then we fought third time at the purple belt, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I was able to win. That was also in the gi. So that's the only thing I can remember. Like it was a long time ago. I think we both grew a lot since then, and I'm just excited to see like our growth against each other on the mats tomorrow, to see the progress of each other and see what's the outcome tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk about your evolution, Mateus. You're a relatively new black belt. How's it been feeling competing at black belt at your new rank, and how do you feel like you've evolved since you've gotten promoted?
First off, I would like to thank IBJJF for the opportunity. This year, I haven't been able to compete as much as I planned in the beginning of the year. I got injured right off the bat before Pan Am's, but I've been training the whole time. And I don't think my game would change a lot. Of course, I've matured the same way. I think every athlete mature, throughout the years. I think just by maturing, understanding, I have a better understanding about watching the fights, and I don't think much is gonna change. I think it's just more time, I've been training with high-level guys since juvenile, same way as Andy has. So I think we have envisioned ourselves here a long time ago, and yeah, we're here now. I'm happy to be here, and I've been hoping for this opportunity for a while now.
And you had an injury at the Worlds, but you came back, you recovered, and now you've been competing a lot recently. How's it feel to be back healthy and be back competing at black belt?
Yeah, it feels good to be back, just healthy, just being able to compete and even train, like that's what we do. I think most of us, that's our day, we wake up and we train multiple times a day, and that's what makes us happy, being able to be on the mat, and it makes me even happier to be able to be here competing. I think last time I was supposed to fight against Levi, but I was still injured from my rib, and I couldn't, be ready in time for that match. So I'm just excited and happy to be here for this one. Yeah.
And who are you guys excited to watch at the Absolute GP?
Well, the people that I enjoy watching the most, I really like the way they approach their fights is Kainan. I like Hider Styles, and I like Cyborg. So I'm looking forward to watch those three perform. Also Gutenberg, I really enjoy his jiu-jitsu. So those four, I'm really excited to watch them. And again, I'm happy to be a part of it again.
How about you, Andy?
It's pretty much the same. Obviously, I'll be cheering for my teammate Kainan, right? I train every day with him. I learn a lot with him. I learn a lot from him, right, actually. And a lot of people don't realize, they just think he's a big guy and strong, which he is, but like he's one of the most technical heavyweights that I ever trained. And also, I learned a lot from him. He's one of the guys I'll be cheering, but Kainan is one of the guys that I like to watch fighting. Gutenberg as well, Professor Cyborg. I know Francisco Lo he's a medium heavy, he's a lighter guy in the bracket, but he just got here in the United States, and I think he's really hungry. So that's another guy I think with potential to upset some guys there. And yeah, I think all the matches will be awesome, and I'm excited for my match, but I'm excited to be done with my match to win and watch the final.
Great, thank you guys. Good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Our fourth super fight, we have Jessa Khan on my right taking on Kaori Hernandez on my left. Jessa, first question for you. You guys have competed against each other at purple belt, but how's your jiu-jitsu evolved since the last time you competed against Kaori?
Yeah, like you said, the last time we fought was purple belt, which was a few years ago, and now we're both black belts. We both come a long ways, and we haven't fought since purple belt, so I feel like both of us have been competing a lot and training a lot. So it's gonna be good to see tomorrow how much we've both evolved.
Same question for you, Kaori. How do you feel like your jiu-jitsu has evolved since the last time you faced Jessa at purple belt?
It's been a few years now. I've been practicing on new things. I still rely on my guard a lot, but I think from Jessa's, after competing with Jessa, I realized that I had to switch up my game a little bit. So I'm hoping that I'll expose that a bit on Friday, tomorrow.
And Jessa, how do you feel like the match plays out tomorrow night?
Well, whenever we fought at purple belt, I felt like whenever I was on bottom, I'm able to sweep. When I'm on top, I'm able to also work my attacks. So I have some strategies of what I want to do tomorrow, but I just kind of want to fill out the fight and see where it will go. But I'm pretty confident if I'm on bottom, I'll be able to sweep, and if I'm on top, I'll be able to pass and execute the stuff that I've been working on lately.
Kaori, I know you play a lot of guard. Do you anticipate using that strategy, more of a bottom-focused strategy against Jessa tomorrow?
Yeah. I've always been a guard player. Like I said with the questions earlier or previously, that I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. So I will rely on my guard, hope that it gets me all the way through, and hopefully it goes my way. But again, Jessa's a tough competitor, so we'll see.
Any predictions or anyone you're excited to watch at the Absolute GP?
I feel like in jiu-jitsu, you can't really say who's gonna win, because anything can happen in a match, especially like there's a lot of like underdogs like in this GP. So it's really hard to say. I'd say maybe Kynan because he has the most experience out of everyone. But like I said, you never know.
How about you, Kaori?
No, I really don't know. They're all really good competitors, so I'm just excited to watch tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Good luck to both of you tomorrow. Yeah. For our fifth and final super fight tomorrow night, we have Jonathan Alves on my right, Roosevelt Souza on my left. Jonathan, what motivated you to take this match against Roosevelt?
First of all, I would like to thank IBJJF for this great event. So having the opportunity to be participating the second time in this event. So, and what motivates me to be in this match is the challenge. I know like my level. I know what I do in the training room. I know like how much I've been working, and then for sure like having a match against him that would take me out of my comfort zone. So I believe. Regardless of the result, so that's gonna take me out of my comfort zone, and then that's gonna make me better for sure.
Roosevelt, same question for you. What motivated you to take this match against Jonathan Alves?
First, thank you, IBJJF, for the opportunity to be here. I'm really happy to make this unusual match happen. I'm really excited. And what motivated me actually is like the same. I believe I'm like the challenger, make me wake every day and go to the gym to train, to getting better, get out of my comfort zone. He's a great athlete, even like with a huge difference of weight. I believe it's gonna be a great match. I will test my skills, my technique. Yes, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited.
Jonathan, when you train or compete with a much heavier opponent, what are some of the strategies that you use to kind of mitigate some of that weight difference?
Well, I train with everybody that comes to the academy, so everybody that belongs to the academy as well. So I don't think there's a big difference. So I've been training every day with everybody, regardless of weight class, regardless of like belt level. So I just want to come here tomorrow and just show my jiu-jitsu. So I know what I do. I know who I am. And then we took the fight because we knew there were like great chance like to win this match. Of course, if there was no chance to win, we would never take it. But yeah, so the challenge will be great for me. And then that's what I want to do. I want to come tomorrow and be able to show my jiu-jitsu.
Roosevelt, for you, obviously size is going to be your advantage, but what are some of the difficulties and challenges of fighting an opponent who's much smaller than you?
Man, like, to be honest, I don't have any difficulty to fight against small guys because like in fight sports, my gym, like, there's like lightweights, heavyweights, medium weights. So I'm training with 5 bar and get ready for any division, especially because I'm always fight open class and there's some lightweight guys, and so I don't have any problem. So actually I feel pretty comfortable, you know. Even like I know the level of my opponent, but like I don't have any problem. I don't mind about the weight, the difference of weight.
Great. Any Absolute GP predictions or anyone you guys are excited to watch compete?
Well, hard to predict who is going to be the winner for this GP, but especially once it gets to this level, it's hard to say because anything can happen on either of the sides. But I believe like Heather has a big chance to make to the finals. Kynan for sure, very skilled guy. He has a lot of experience on the mat, gi and no gi, so I believe he's able to make to the finals, but everyone is tough, so anything can happen. So it's hard to say.
Same question for you, Roosevelt.
Fight sports, Ciborgão, let's go. That's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Good luck tomorrow night. Appreciate it. So thanks everyone for watching. These matches go down 6 p.m. tomorrow night on Flow Grappling, and the event is brought to you exclusively by Black Armor Kimonos. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jonathan.